Hi, my name is Calvin Hagen. How you doing? Some of you know me, some of you don't. Some of you know some of my past and what I do today, and some people don't. If you're looking at this video right now, you're connected to me in some way. You might be looking at it on my blog or on my Facebook page, or perhaps you're getting an email because you have answered one of the ads we might have had out there for an opportunity or a chance to change your life. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. You see, years and years ago, when I was a young man, just preteen, I started to escape from life. I started to escape from life with any drug, alcohol, cigarettes, whatever I could use so that I didn't have to deal with the present life that I was in at the time because it was painful. Now, some of those choices are choices where people would look at as choices to march towards death. To me, they would charge as marching me towards life because I was never suicidal. I just did drugs, and I escaped from my reality doing so. Well, it took me up until I was about 30 years old before I woke up, and I realized I need to do something different. I ain't dead yet. Nobody's chasing me, and I might live a long time. What am I going to do to change my life? So I got sober. I got clean. I quit drinking. I quit doing drugs. My bottom wasn't as low as others, was lower than other people's, and but it was ugly and it was painful. And in the early days of my sobriety, I didn't know which way I was going to go. And I became a lot of different people. I made a lot of different choices because that's what this is about right here. This is about choices. And some of the choices that I made where I played around with different kinds of sales and car sales and these things. But the first thing I did, because I was sort of brain dead when I got sober, I couldn't really control my own mind to focus on much. I started mowing lawns and I started doing landscaping. I built myself quite a great business doing that, and I realized this wasn't for me forever, so I sold it to a guy I had working with me. He went on to make it into a big business, and I moved on to doing other things. I went away and I did some different things for a while in early sobriety. And I was trying to find my way, who I was, what I wanted to do. I became a massage therapist. I came out to California. I got trained. I was always natural with my hands, working with people and healing, finding what makes them hurt, finding what makes them feel better. And I started doing massage therapy, but the business of massage therapy and whatnot didn't quite feel right to me. I loved the healing art part of it. So I'd sort of moved on from that into doing some other things. And during this whole time, from early sobriety until now, I'd gotten into acting and dancing. Oh, I love swing dancing and doing that. And these are all things I would never do when I was high and doing drugs. Heck, I would be sitting in the middle of winter in a garage smoking $1,000 worth of cocaine in a cold garage because we didn't want to spend that $20 or $30 on a hotel room because we might need that money to buy more drugs when we ran out. Talk about brain dead stupidity, right? So here I was now. I was doing my dancing, swing dancing, country two-step dancing. I was doing my acting. I was doing stage acting, theater acting. I was doing TV acting, movie acting, small independent films, some bigger films, and having a blast through the creative things that I was doing with that. It wasn't paying all the bills when I had kids. I needed to do some other things. I became a general contractor. I had installed satellite TV. And everything I did, I made money at. I was always good at building a business. I was always good at getting a clientele. I found that the biggest thing to build in a business was, well, being myself, being authentic, and having integrity. Because too many people out there doing businesses didn't. As long as I had integrity and I wasn't hiding who I was and I was being myself and I was living the person that people wanted to work with, it was all great and all well and good. Well, as it progressed down the road, I got into doing some network marketing as well. Because there I was with kids now. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week in my contracting business. I wasn't able to see my kids. I wasn't able to spend time with my kids. And I wasn't able to do all the acting I wanted to do because now I had an obligation. I had to feed my kids. I had to take care of the family. My wife and I, Kelly, God bless her, we made a commitment that we would always be one of us home with the kids. So it was always one of us working 100 hours a week and the other one home with the kids. And that sucked because neither one of us was getting to spend time with the kids together. So Kelly, my wife, she got us into network marketing. And network marketing was great. It was so good to us for a while. But you know what? I got tired of that friends and family thing, right? Go call all your friends and family That's right. Call Uncle Bob. Call Uncle Bob. Call your Aunt Kay. Call everybody you know and get them to come into this business, and you are going to be rich. That's right, rich. Bull. Very few people ever get rich talking to friends and family. In fact, they tend to hold you back more than lift you up. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Right? Say it. Right? Okay? So, what we did now is we've moved on from a very successful network marketing, and we still have that going, into doing more internet marketing, simple marketing, things like this, right? And it's been an absolute blessing to us because now we're free to go and do what we want to do. We're living down in Florida right now. By the way, a few years ago, we took off in a motorhome. We've been traveling with the kids all over the country. We go where we want, pretty much when we want. We had to come up here to Utah because Kelly, my wife, had some things to work out with the family and some possessions. Her dad died earlier this year, so we had to go through that, get the things that were important, that had sentimental value, all the pictures and everything together now. So we jumped in the car and we just drove to Utah. Bang! 3 weeks away, no problem. I've got my office right here in front of me. It's called my cell phone and my computer, and we're able to do the business right here. Christmas is coming up. Are we going to have a nice Christmas for our kids? You bet we are. But the nicest thing we're going to have for kids is we're going to be there. We're going to be there leading up to Christmas. We're going to be there on Christmas, right? I'm not going to run out on Black Friday to buy everything I can as cheap as I can, because if I don't get it cheap, I'm not going to be able to buy it for my kids, because life's not like that for us anymore. It's a lot more laid back. You see, life has really changed for us over the years, right? I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Back before I had kids, my Harley Davidson replaced everything else I did. I got to ride a Harley everywhere I went. Had a blast doing it. One day I'll get another one when my kids are a little bit bigger and I got more time to go ride as they turn into teenagers and don't want to be around me as much. But here's the neat thing is, I have time to be with my kids. And I make enough money to support them. I don't have to get up in the morning and go to a job. I don't have to punch a clock and work really hard to make somebody else rich. Making just enough so I don't quit. And they're paying me just enough so... I'm sorry. They're paying me just enough so I don't quit, and I'm doing just enough work so I don't get fired. Sound familiar? Or how about those of you out there that's got 2 or 3 jobs? Is that what you had kids for? Is that what you had a family for? So that you could go to work 80 hours a week, never see them, watch them graduate in videos or photo albums from college, high school, kindergarten? It's not what life's about. See, it's about choices. The choices you make today, the choices you make tomorrow. Now, for me, it's simple. I choose to be home with my kids. I choose a lifestyle of freedom. Travel, living the way I want to live. I do not choose to live a life of mediocrity, and I choose to design a life of abundance. And my abundance has to include all the time I want to spend with my family. So I want to say this to people right now. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, and all the others. Happy holidays. If there's anything that Kelly and I can do to make your holiday more abundant, please check it out. Along with this video, wherever you're seeing it, there's a link attached to it. It may be in YouTube, maybe on Facebook, it may be in an email. If you're at all curious how we got the lifestyle we got so that I don't have to shave every day and I get to spend time with my kids, click on that link. Watch the video attached to it. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. But if you're not meeting all the goals you have and spending the kind of time you want to spend with your family, spend a little time with us. See if we can help you do so. Peace.